ready, fucker.
Shut up and sit down.
Hi, and welcome to Flesh Lemon, the podcast you never asked for. We're coming to you live, sports friends,
Sports friends.
from the floor of my studio. I'm Cedar Miniello, your host, your lord and savior, cult leader, and banana dress owner.
It's a very cute dress.
Yeah, I'm wearing a dress with bananas on it.
I found it for you. You're welcome.
And the person stroking me is Miss Kaylee Stam.
Hi, I'm Kaylee. I'm having a pain flare-up, and I want to die.
Don't we all?
And sitting across from me, as always, is the lovely, the gorgeous, the most terrifying Void. Yeah.
Hello, I have a tiny ponytail today.
It's adorable. But I just feel like the Void, we should sing Goodbye Moon Man from Rick and Morty. Goodbye Moon Man.
I don't watch Rick and Morty. I don't get your Rick and Morty references.
I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
All I know about Rick and Morty is freaking Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick! I turned myself into Pickle Morty! I'm Pickle Rick!
Oh.
I saw on Instagram somebody got a tattoo of a penis with Rick's face on it, and it said Dickle Rick. And I was like,
Oh my god, why?
these people are fucking amazing.
Oh, fucked up, man. Alright.
Rick, did you turn yourself into a pickle to avoid doing family therapy?
Honestly, me though.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we haven't done this in a long time because, our lives have been an infinite crisis.
They have been hell.
Me and Kaylee are back in school. The Void has been working her non-existent ass off. So we decided to finally sit down. I've forced my two best friends into a room with me to record a podcast.
I feel like that's how we became best friends. We were forced to sit in a room together. We're just like, well, you guys are like the least fucking worst people in the room. So I guess we're friends now.
Fuck. So we play a game, if you don't know already, called Which Weirdo Wins, where every 2 months now, I guess, we sit in a room together, and Kaylee goes on BuzzFeed on silent mode on her phone.
It's where are my articles from, okay?
You got it from BuzzFeed? I thought you were better than this.
I'm not.
You used a BuzzFeed article?
I'm not better than this.
That's fine, I used Reddit.
Yeah, so...
I used geek.com.
Yeah, so we're all fucking terrible people.
This is not
Get used
this is
to
not
it.
the show for its facts.
Yeah.
No, if you want facts,
It's on.
In the
go to
great,
school!
in the great words of Karen Kilgariff, if you came here for facts, go the fuck home.
Yeah. If you came here for, good
Oh, that's
footnoted facts, you don't listen to this podcast.
Like, if
You go to...
If you really wanted to
Go
learn
home.
shit, go listen to Serial. We're not
Yeah.
the people for you.
Yeah, no.
So, every week, we get together, we play a game called Which Weirdo Wins, where we all bring something weird from the world of the internet. At the end of this podcast, there will be a winner. Traditionally, we buy snacks, but we're going to the movies later, so maybe somebody could, I don't know, win me a stuffed animal.
Oh yeah, you have movie
Gotcha,
passes,
babe.
don't you?
I do have movie passes.
Yeah, free movie.
We are all also old ladies. We have coupons. We're gonna go see It. We're gonna go see the new 2017 It, where there is no child orgy, and I'm
Thank
so
fuck.
happy. For any of you who've read the books, you understand that Stephen King spent 10 pages describing 11-year-old boys' penises in this book, and I'm just like, I love Stephen King, but at the same time I want to sit him down and be like, where are your priorities?
Boy! You have to say it exactly like that.
Boy?
Boy!
Oh god.
Excuse me. I just want to be like, Mr. King, I'm making an appointment with you.
Yeah, Stephen King. Mr. King. Stevie Boy.
Why?
Why? Stevie Boy. Why? Anyway, okay.
So 1, 2, 3, not it.
Oh shit.
You're
me.
going
Alright,
first.
cool. Oh. From BuzzFeed. I have 9 disturbing missing person stories that will that will give you sleepless nights.
I was going to do missing persons this week, and I decided not to.
Okay. So number 1 is the mystery of Mara Murray. Okay, so Mara Murray was 21 when she lost control of her car and crashed into a snowbank in February 2004. Another driver stopped and asked if she needed help, but she said no, and she'd call AAA. We drove off, deciding to call the police anyway. 10 minutes later, police arrived, and the car was locked, and Murray was gone. There was no footprints in the snow, and sniffer dogs couldn't get a scent on her, and heat seeking helicopter spotted nothing. So this is 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, she has completely disappeared.
Is this bitch Usain Bolt?
Bolt.
Usain,
not Hugh.
Usain?
Usain Bolt, not Hussein. That's like Saddam Hussein. No.
I called him Usain Bolt.
Yeah. No. It's Usain Bolt, and then it's Saddam Hussein. Like, no.
Oh my god.
Okay, so strange details began to emerge. So Murray, who was a straight A nursing student, had withdrawn $280 from her account and emailed her teachers saying she'd have to miss class because there had been a death in the family, but there hadn't. So her cards, phone, and a route map to Vermont and a wine box were found in the back of the car with red wine splashed on the outside.
Red wine.
Blood,
obviously.
Back in Murray's dorm room, her belongings were found packed up in boxes. But despite the leads, detectives made little progress, and there has been no credible sightings of Mara Murray since the night she had disappeared. I don't know what the fuck happened to her.
Aliens. Answer is always aliens.
Well, maybe she was a werewolf and just decided to go live her wolfy life in the woods.
Okay, this one's
That's
actually...
what I would do.
Yeah, this one's actually kind of creepy. So,
I think
it's titled The Parking Lot Polaroid.
Oh, I remember this one.
So in August 1989, a disturbing Polaroid photo was found in a Florida parking lot. Of course it's Florida.
Fucking Florida.
Fucking
Florida
Florida.
man strikes again.
Yeah, it showed us a young woman and a boy bound and gagged in a small dark space. Here's the photo itself.
Oh, God. I was about to say don't. Okay, listeners at home, if you're brave, fucking Google us. But if not, I'm going to describe it to you. It is a teenage girl wearing shorts and a gray t-shirt leaning against pillows. Her hands are tied behind her back and she has duct tape over her mouth. Behind her, leaning against the same pillows, is a little boy with duct tape over his mouth. You can't see his arms.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure he still has them. So anyway, so it showed, and then a windowless white van had previously been spotted near where the photo appeared. So the two families came forward to identify the people in the picture. The little boy, who was 9-year-old Michael Henley, he vanished on a camping trip with his father, and Tara Calico, 19, had disappeared while cycling. And pieces of her Sony Walkman were found, but Tara and her bike had vanished. Tara's mom was pretty sure it was her daughter in the photo, because her hair was the same and had the same scar on her right leg. Sometime later, Henley's remains were found in the mountains where he went missing, but Tara has never been found, and no trace of the origins of the sinister Polaroid either. So, yeah.
If you guys just Google Tara Calico, there's a whole bunch of crazy theories, but, like, it's honestly a terrifying thing because she would cycle back and forth from school on a bike, but it was like a 20K cycle every day.
Wow.
With, like, her Walkman on, and just, like, don't fucking do that. Carry knives. Carry 10 knives.
So the girl who vanished from her bed. On February 14th of 2000, 9-year-old Asha Degree packed her book bag in the middle of the night and walked out of her house. Her brother, who slept in the same room, said he heard noises coming from her bed, and at 6:30 a.m. her mother discovered she was missing. Police believe she had left the house on of her own accord, but Asha was a shy, well-behaved girl, and her disappearance was out of character. Several motorists spotted Asha wandering down the highway in the early hours of the morning in driving wind and rain. As one person slowed down to see if she was okay, Asha ran into the woods. An immediate search found sweet wrappers and her hair clip in a shed nearby. Over a year later, her book bag was discovered wrapped in bin bags at a construction site, but Asha was never seen again. This cute little girl.
Oh, she looks really sweet. Poor
I
kid.
know. And she just got up in the middle of the night and just walked out of her house.
Huh.
In, like, cold, wind, and
How old
rain.
is she?
She's 9. And then...
That's not old enough to have, like, a mental breakdown and leave. Like, if
No,
she was a
like-
teenager, I would be, like, mental health issues, but...
Oh, and then number 4 is what happened to Johnny Gosh, which this one is just terrifying. I don't like this one. This one's creepy as fuck.
Oh my god. Don't
Okay.
watch Who Took Johnny.
No. It's a documentary on Netflix.
Clearly you guys have a lot more Netflix time than I do.
We have to do something when we do artwork.
True.
Yeah. So Johnny Gosh was 12 when he disappeared on his morning paper run in 1982. His father found his paper wagon abandoned in the street, and and a neighbor claimed to have seen him being followed, but the police had few leads and couldn't trace him. 15 years later, 2 men knocked on the door of Johnny's mother, Noreen's house. One of them claimed to be Johnny. So just 2 guys showed up and knock, knock, knock. Hi, I'm Johnny. He had long hair and a birthmark on his chest. Noreen was convinced it was her son. She said he seemed afraid and looked to the other man for approval while he talked. They spent an hour and a half together before the pair left without saying where they were going. No one could ever prove if the man who visited Noreen really was Johnny, and despite unconfirmed sightings, he's never been heard from again. Number 5, the disappearance of Zeb Quinn.
Zeb?
Yep, that's a great name.
Zeb's a solid name.
Never heard of it.
He's a solid kid. Zeb Quinn, 18, and his colleague Robert Owens, then 21, were driving to view a car Quinn wanted to buy in January 2000. The pair drove in separate cars, but midway through the journey, Quinn pulled over and told Owens he needed to turn back. Quinn never made it home. Owens, meanwhile, went to a hospital later that day with broken ribs and a head injury, claiming he'd been in a car accident. 2 weeks later, Quinn's car turned up in a parking lot with a giant pair of lips drawn in lipstick on the back window and a puppy inside.
Okay, I thought he was just gonna show up with a giant pair of lips. I was like, where did he get
Holding
those?
these big lips.
Put them back!
Police found no trace of Quinn. Disturbingly, 12 years later, Robert Owens, so Zeb Quinn's friend or colleague, so Owens was arrested and charged for the murder of a pregnant Food Star Network, Christy Schoen Codd, and her husband. Despite this disturbing development, the disappearance of Zeb Quinn remains unsolved. So I'm 99% sure this guy killed Zeb.
I feel like, he got into an accident. He probably crashed the dude's car when they were driving. He got hurt, he killed the dude, and then left. And the body has been in, the woods where he crashed it ever since.
Yeah.
No, that's not right, because they found the car. But the lips and the dog. Where
Right.
I want to know about this dog. Where did this fucking dog come from? Is
Question
the
the dog.
okay?
Yeah, be like, dog, what did you see? Okay. So, number 6.
6.
And there's 9 of these?
Yeah. The missing trio of Fort Worth. So, Rachel Trelica, 17, was headed to the mall with her friend Lisa Wilson, 14, to buy Christmas presents on December 23rd of 1974. As they were leaving, Lisa's neighbor, Julie Mosley, 9, asked to come along too. Rachel's car was discovered later that day in the parking lot by Sears. The car was locked, and there were presents inside, but the girls had vanished. The next day, a letter arrived for Rachel's husband, Tommy. Wait, this girl was 17 and married? Damn. All right.
Ew.
Anyway, it read, I know I'm going to catch it, but we just had to get away. We're going to Houston. See you in about a week. The car is in Sears' upper parking lot. Love, Rachel. It was written in childish scrawl, and Tommy said it wasn't Rachel's handwriting, and the girls have never been found.
Well, I got chills up one side of my body.
You're multiplying.
I was just going to be like, am I having a stroke? Just the one side.
Alright, so number 7, the girl who was lost at sea.
Ooh.
The Disney Wonder cruise ship was sailing off the coast of Mexico
I don't fucking trust Disney cruises.
in 2011 when 24-year-old crew member Rebecca Corium apparently vanished into thin air. She was seen on a security camera at 5:45 a.m. having a phone conversation, which seemed to be upsetting. A colleague stopped and asked if she was okay, and she mouthed, I'm fine. One of her slippers was found on deck, but other than that, she had disappeared without a trace. Just a few hours earlier, she texted her mother to say she'd call the next day. Instead, her mother got a call from Disney saying Rebecca was missing. The captain suggested she might have been washed overboard by a wave, and others said she might have jumped, but her parents suspect something more sinister, and the case has never been solved.
Oh, she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a terrible joke the other day.
Okay, go for it.
Oh my god.
Lighten the mood.
Yeah.
No, this is
Uh-oh.
a bad
Oh.
joke. So I can't remember. I was listening to some kind of podcast and they were talking about missing persons, and one guy was like, one of my friends, blah, 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 was talking about, she's like, man, I wish I was pretty. And the guy said to her, well, maybe you should go missing because I've never seen a missing girl who wasn't pretty.
Oh, shit.
I was like,
Wow.
that's because everybody who isn't a pretty white woman, they're just, I guess you're fucking on your own. Like, and on a lighter mood, toast.
When I was younger, I clearly remember saying this to my mom, and I clearly remember her being just absolutely horrified by what it said. But I was like, I'm really glad I don't have blonde hair. And she goes, why? I'm like, because blondes always seem to get murdered.
You're a terrifying child.
Baby Kaylee
Yeah.
just fucked shit up.
Yeah, okay. Number 8. What happened to Susie Lamp Plug?
Susie Lamp Plug.
Lamplo? Lamplo?
Lamplo?
Lamplo?
Looks like
Lamplo.
Lamplo? Alright. The last time anyone saw Susie Lamplo, I don't know, she was on her way to a house viewing in Fulham, London in 1986. She was a 25-year-old estate agent, and her office diary noted the details of her appointment. 1245 Mr. Kipper, 37 Shorrold's Road. Lamplo's car was found later that night outside another property for sale on a different road. Her purse was in the car door. Despite a huge police search and investigation, no trace has ever been found of Susie, and the mysterious Mr. Kipper has never been identified. So he murdered her.
Don't be a real estate agent.
Don't be realistic. Or if you do, team up. Preferably with an MMA fighter. I want to follow his dreams of being a real estate agent.
I really want to see an HGTV, TV show of, real estate agent. An MMA fighter selling and flipping houses.
Okay, this one is probably the most disturbing of all of
Oh,
them.
fuck me.
So it's called The Girls Who Went Up in Smoke.
Uh-oh. This isn't spontaneous combustion, is it?
No.
Uh-oh.
So
We know where they were.
Gloria Bible was having a sleepover at her friend Ashley Freeman's house in December of 1999. That night, a fire started, and when the emergency services arrived, they found the body of Ashley's mom, Kathy, in the smoldering ruins. The girls were missing, and at first police thought that Ashley's father, Danny, had killed his wife and kidnapped Ashley and Gloria. But then Danny's body was found in the house as well. Both parents had been shot in the head before their bodies were burnt. Gloria's car was found nearby with the keys in the ignition, leading some to suggest Ashley shot her parents and was planning a getaway. However, Gloria's purse was found with around $150 inside, and no one can explain why the girls would leave without the money. Despite several criminals being questioned over the deaths and disappearances, the case is still cold.
Wow.
Wow. Owen Wilson voice.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so that's mine.
Well, that was fucking bright.
Yep.
I feel so happy after that.
Good stuff.
That was like...
I seem to always choose the really good, happy things.
Alright.
Alright, who next? Okay, no, I get to choose because I had to go first.
Okay.
You.
Alright, I'll bring up the rear.
So this is kind of fun. There's 2 parts, and these are where my 2 sources come from.
Ooh, nice.
I should have done more research, but I'm lazy.
Nah.
So,
Alright, you actually did this 3 weeks in advance. Me and Kaylee did ours today. So.
Yeah. How to summon a demon.
Yeah!
Ooh, we're coming in hot. Coming in hot.
All of this, this first half comes straight from geek.com.
Oh.
So, it's literally the first thing that pops up when you Google how to summon a demon.
Nice.
So, first link. So, before we get into how to summon a demon, we're going to talk about the best demons to summon.
Should
Ooh.
we hold hands?
No, because then we'll create a circle.
And people act like summoning demons is a bad thing, but, they can be used for good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give them a chance!
Give demons a chance.
So,
Give demons a chance.
the best, there's 100 or something, 70 demons in the Gosha thing. There's this whole, it's too much to read. There's something called the Gosha that has a ton of demons in it.
Yeah.
I have a book on my Amazon wishlist called Demon Possession, and it's a collection of stories about people who have claimed to be possessed by demons.
Lovely.
And we will be posting a link to Kaylee's wish list in the description if anybody wants to set that up.
So these are just a couple of them. So the first one is, it's spelled like Boone, but it's pronounced Bonnet because it's got the fancy. It's got the fancy little mark over top of the E.
I'm calling this motherfucker Boone.
What's up, Boone?
He's the best. He's best summoned for money, but be forewarned, which is all in capitals. He looks like a dragon with 3 heads.
Nice.
But one head is a dog, one is a griffin, and one is just a man. So I'm assuming you're associating with the man head.
I'm just...
No,
We have a
the
friend
dog.
named Griffin, so I'm imagining one man head and then Griffin's
Griffin's
face
head.
and then a dog. And I'm being like, hey guys.
Hey guys, how's it going? and so you want some money?
Except his voice is totally not like that.
I know it's not. His voice is a lot deeper.
Okay, the next one is Paimon. Paimon. Kind of sounds like Pokemon.
What up, Pokemon?
He's a demon king
Ooh.
that shows up riding in style on a camel with a host of spirits clearing the way with trumpets and cymbals. So you don't really want to summon this guy at night because you don't want to wake up the whole
It's
neighborhood.
fucking. He sounds like a pain in the ass. You know what? He sounds like he
He's
would
an
roll
extra.
up with
extra
ghosts
stuff.
going Prince Ali, Prince Ali.
This demon's extra as fuck.
If you summon him, and I quote from the website, you get some seriously dope stuff.
I want some demon swag.
He can teach you arts and sciences, and he can hook you up with a familiar of some kind. So, like, I don't know, a dog or a cat, and some kind of familiar. And basically make people be your slave.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I already got one of those. His name is Colton, and he's making us dinner right now.
Yeah, he is. Usually,
And he also made us drinks.
another one is Fornius. He can present you with the art of talking to people, which is something that I need.
I'm fine.
And getting him
You
to
are.
think what you want. Plus, he can teach you many languages.
Yeah, you need to summon this demon. You have the
A
gift
little
of
bit of
gab.
him.
I am this demon.
Yeah.
You summon it, and I would be like, "What up, bitches?"
Like, I am the demon. Foras.
Run,
ass.
Forrest, run!
Run.
Run for ass,
He
run.
can help with learning the virtues of all herbs and precious stones, which is honestly my kind of demon. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be his friend. But mainly, someone would summon Forrest because supposedly he can make you invisible or invincible. There's, like, a little bit of a translation error there, so either...
Is this book of demons written like the Bible, like in Hebrew?
I don't know. But they're all on Wikipedia. You can go read them all. Next, you have Os, who is my fave.
Your homeboy
He's
Os.
my homeboy Os. Will appear as a leopard at first, but then turn into a human, which is very generous of him.
Mm-hmm.
But what he does is he can change someone else into whatever it is that you want. For example, turn your obnoxious neighbor into a loaf of bread, because why not? But they don't change into a loaf of bread physically, they change into a loaf of bread mentally. So, like, your neighbor will think that they're a loaf of bread, and do you know what loaves of bread think of?
Nothing.
Nothing, because they're not sentient.
I just imagine them like jumping up in the air, grabbing their legs, like I'm a loaf of bread.
I'm just imagining somebody just staring at a wall, being like, "Someone, toast me, please."
So Os is that Os is kind of fun. I like Os. And then you have Vepper, who is a pretty gruesome dude.
Ooh, nice.
Because not all your problems can be solved by turning your neighbor into a loaf of bread. So
That's
you
dumb.
need this guy. He governs the waters and appears as a mermaid or merman. He can
merman.
he can kill people with putrefying wounds and sores, or even have worms breed inside of them.
Fuck yeah.
So
All
that's-
those people who were mean to me in high school, I want worms to breed in your nose.
Ew.
Just give them worms.
I did read
Icky butts.
Ew. I
Sorry.
read a few other demon things, and these are just a few things that I noticed that were just like a recurring theme with all the demons. A lot of them are riding horses, but then you got the one guy that's riding a camel, and then you have one demon who's described as a small pale man riding a crocodile.
I like this guy.
I want that. I want to be his friend. I just want to sit on the back of the crocodile holding him.
He's a cool dude. And then we go on to the summoning, which I got strictly from angelfire.com. And they
You fucking didn't. Angel Fire? Are you kidding me?
It's the second thing that pops up when you use Google. How to
I feel
summon
like you just got put on a flagged list.
Aren't we all?
So they were super serious about
I mean,
this.
she's already on flag list after probably googling, reptilians. So
The queen is a reptile.
yeah.
We
Cannibal
believe
reptile.
We
Yeah,
believe it.
that's true.
Watch episode 1. Shameless plug.
So, demons must always be approached with extreme honesty and respect. Obviously.
Respect.
Know exactly why you are summoning a particular demon and take time to carefully prepare your request. Know what you want, people. They're kind of like genies where they will mess you up if you're not specific.
So you can't just call up Boone and be like, "What up, Boone? Can you get me some bread?" And he'll be like, "All right," and then he'll turn you into a loaf of bread, and you're just like a loaf of bread, being like, "This is not what I fucking wanted, Boone."
Pretty much. Be prepared to offer something in return, like fighting against the enemy who I'm assuming is God,
We already
Because-
hate God.
So, use some publicity for the demon. So I guess just be like, hear ye, summon these demons because they're great.
just like slide people business cards. Just be like,
Summon a demon!
summon a demon. You should be like, buy yourself something nice.
Or working to advance Satanism in some way. No matter the offer, it should be agreed upon by both you and the demon.
Oh, so it has to be.
It has to be, yes.
Lovely. They
Yeah.
know good business agreements.
Yeah.
There are two methods in which to contact. There are through telepathy or invoke the energy of the demon. So you hear the demon speak, and you may even see the demon. So that'd be cool. What you will need. A quiet place where you will not be disturbed.
We got one right here.
Yep.
Quality incense with a pleasing fragrance. Demons can be offended by bad-smelling incense.
What is bad smelling? It like? Can I just
Patchouli.
go?
I'm sorry, I really just don't like the scent of patchouli.
I'm just imagining going to the metaphysical shop with the really nice guy who wears the World of Warcraft t-shirts and being like, I need incense that smells like ass.
I need to offend
Wait,
some
like
demons.
the Rising Phoenix, the one who has like one ear.
Yeah,
and
he's
he's,
one
and he's always
feather.
like, "Have a good day,
That
guys."
dude's so cool. The
He's
first
so
time I
chill.
walked in there, he's like, yeah, man, feel free to touch anything. I
Yeah.
believe you need to feel the energies of things before you need to buy them.
And then
We need to go there again.
yeah,
I miss that
and then he was
store.
like, anything you need,
I can order
I
for
can
you.
order it for you. And he kept saying stuff like that in my brain. I'm like, are you trying to get me to order human remains? Because I will.
I still like when I was buying it because I found Dragon's blood resin there for cheap, like real cheap, and he's like, nice. Like he just like every time we put like a chunk in a bag, he's like, nice.
I like how he just looks at the things that you buy and he's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I approve and support you.
Pretty much. I bought like that and like tarot cards and just like nice. And, like, on the pentagram patch.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like
It's a cool dude. He's a cool
he's
dude.
a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
The one place you can go and not be judged is a metaphysical shop
Love that
True.
physical shop.
And a chaos cult.
and the chaos.
Our goth mom has given us bread.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Free bread.
There is a big, kind of scary looking, but she's actually really nice goth woman that runs a like alternative shop in the town where we live, and her name is Genocide. And you literally walk in and she's like, "Do you guys want something to eat? You can try anything on if you want. You can touch it. Oh my god, do you guys want to like have some candy? I've got a bowl of Halloween candy, even though it's fucking September."
Here's
And-
some free soap
it was
that I
in
made.
October when we went.
oh yeah.
Because it was right after I got my tattoo, right? It was October 28th.
And then she
Right.
had a bunch of bread, and she's like, if you guys want bread, and I was like, yes, and she's like, oh wait, you're not kidding, and I was like, I never joke about bread.
She
never
just
do.
gave the void a bag of bread.
She
a
gave me
bag of
so
bread.
much
Did you
bread.
eat that bread or did you end up feeding it to your chickens?
No, I ate some of it.
Okay.
I made burgers. I made veggie burgers.
Oh my god. Okay, back on
Anyway,
topic.
besides the good smelling incense, because you don't want to offend the demons, you need
ass.
ass. You need one or more black, blue, or red candles. Black is the best, obviously,
Yes.
but the others are okay to substitute. And a piece of paper with the demon sigil, because all the demons in the geisha, whatever.
Not a geisha.
Not a geisha.
Not a geisha.
The
I just really want to be like, what up, the goish?
What a boyish.
the Gosha, how do I pronounce it? The demon
I'll show
book.
you one.
They all have their individual sigil.
Okay.
So what you need to do is copy, print, or draw the sigil of the demon you wish to summon on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get started.
All right.
Oh man. Where's my pencil?
Oh, okay. Be sure
Let's get it started.
okay. Be sure to not be disturbed during the summoning. Then basically you meditate with the sigil in mind and chant the name of the demon repeatedly, either in your
Boom,
mind or out loud.
Boon, 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 boon.
And recite the following prayer.
Technically, it's Benet. Benet.
Benet.
Sounds like we're just trying to say banana.
I feel like
You're wearing a Benet dress.
I'm wearing a Benet dress. I feel like if we summoned Benet by calling him Boone, his like really weird younger brother would show up and be like, "Hey guys, I'm Boone.
I'm Boone. Hi.
I don't do anything, but I'm really excited that you guys called on me."
Yeah.
Okay. So you're supposed to recite this following prayer. And
Okay.
this is gonna be kind of fun.
Okay, do it.
Lord Satan, by your grace grant me, I pray thee, the power to conceive in my mind and to execute that which I desire to do, and end which I attain by thy help, O mighty Satan, and the true God who livest and reignest forever and ever. I entreat thee to inspire, insert name of demon, to manifest before me and and he/she may give me the true and faithful answer, so that I may accomplish my desired end, provide that it is proper to his/her office. This I respectfully and humbly ask in your name, Lord Satan. May you deem me worthy, Father.
No, I just like okay, you're like insert demons in here. Insert. It's like robotic voice. Boom.
Can you please edit that with some kind of like metal music underneath it?
I kind of wanted Colton to read it because he has like a deep voice,
Yeah.
and it would have been so much better than
It's
like.
like something you're like.
Okay, so after you recite the prayer, the demon can manifest in different ways. Through a mirror, as in scrying, and you'll see the demon in the mirror, which is kind of spooky.
That's terrifying. I feel like that's an episode of Supernatural right there.
Probably.
Oh no. Yeah. It is.
Through the smoke of the incense that you have lit.
the ass incense.
Ass.
And the demon can also appear directly when one is sensitive enough and in a deep meditative state, which I don't want to see the demon in any of these forms.
Alright, that's good.
Summon your first demon at night.
Okay.
Different energies between night and day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, makes sense.
So, plus, you won't be disturbed as much because everyone else is sleeping while you summon the depths of hell in your bedroom.
As one should.
As one should. Once a relationship is established with the demon, you can
When you
summon
guys are going steady.
you can summon it day or night because it doesn't really care. But you
That's legit dating a demon
when
right
you
there.
first summon it, you have to date it at night.
It has a curfew. Alright, I want him home by 11.
So that's pretty much all of it. But a few things to note before you summon your demon is demons hate circles.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
They hate them.
So,
Squares.
triangle?
So-
Triangle?
No need for a 9-foot circle or triangle. I guess any other shape will do, but they hate circles.
Alright, okay.
Don't do it.
Circles are bad.
So yeah,
Bad.
basically light a
Bad
few
shape.
candles with some nice incense at night and meditate, focus on the demon that you want, and chant the demon prayer.
You have to
Yeah.
date it and take it steady.
I was also really tempted to try summoning a demon, but I didn't.
No.
Like I was
Cedar
so
would not let you.
Don't-
Cedar would
don't
not
do
let
that.
you.
tempted.
Remember
Don't
how she
do that.
refuses to let us buy in a Ouija board?
If any of you
Yeah.
guys
In a Weggy board?
in a Weggy board,
In a Weggy board?
if any of you guys summon a demon, buy a Ouija board, talk to a boy, I'm gonna punch you.
Okay, well,
You've broken all my rules!
Kaylee just got punched.
Well, that good. Thank you for the informational.
You're welcome.
Right.
I quite like the prayer.
you're right.
I want you to. I want you to.
I was too busy looking at the prayer, but were you guys doing it?
Yeah, we were going like
We were dancing
Like,
like
like-
naked witches. in
Yeah,
the
we
forest.
were in a trance. We were shaking our hands.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god! I want you to print that prayer out so I can keep it in my wallet.
And then when you go to like the bank, it's gonna go whoops, and have like a bunch fall into your wallet and be like, where did those come from?
I'll print
Oh,
it
no.
and laminate it and give it to you for Christmas.
Yes, thank you.
There you go.
So, I brought you guys a list from Reddit of the worst ways to die.
That's
Just
nice.
some of my favorites. This is a Reader's Digest version.
Okay.
So let me just
Open the big book of notes.
the big book of notes. Okay, Christmas 2002.
You're just like screaming like Christmas.
I will start over. Christmas 2002. Sean Doyle was dropped through an open manhole. There was a lead up to him being dropped. I think he was flirting with somebody's girlfriend. He got the crap beaten out of him. They dropped him down a manhole. 18-foot drop, and at the bottom of the manhole was boiling water from a broken water main.
I was hoping you were gonna say a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
I was
and just
hoping-
raise him up.
Oh.
No, this
I raise you from perdition.
This guy got fucked.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh.
He did not die instantly. When first responders arrived, they said he was screaming and reaching up out of the manhole, but the tunnel was approximately 300 degrees from the steam
Oh, God.
coming out of the main.
Oh God.
And when his body was finally recovered 4 hours later, when people could physically get down there, they said his body temperature was 125 degrees, which is only as high as the medical examiner's thermometer goes. So they think he was actually hotter than that. And in the guy's autopsy notes, he wrote down he was boiled like a lobster.
Oh shit. Baby boy.
So rip Sean Doyle, he was also a wonderful bartender apparently, who got boiled alive. And they said that all of his bones were in contact,
Yeah.
like not broken when he fell, which
Yeah.
means he actually just boiled alive, and that's how he died.
Oh, what about the person who threw him down there?
escaped.
Got away.
Wow.
Guy.
Alright, and now for a light one. Hans Steininger, the man with the world's longest beard, tripped over his beard and broke his neck and died.
Why do I feel like I told you guys about that
You
one?
did.
Maybe you
I
did.
You did.
Oh, that was in your weird
That was in my weird ways people have died.
That was in our Lost podcast episode.
No,
Well,
we have that one.
That we do?
Yeah, we have that one.
That was in our last one.
No, the third one.
Oh yeah, we do have that one.
Yeah, no, because
Okay,
that was the
then-
second one.
Well,
the third
that's a
one we lost.
repeat. I get a point docked.
Yeah.
Edward I's son was killed by his cheating wife and her lover. They shoved a red-hot bar up his butt.
Why?
Because it was medieval times, and they were like, fuck you, literally.
People who want to live in the medieval times, I'm like, do you know what happened then?
Just
You-
look up a torture device called the pear.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, you put that phone down. Don't look it up. You're gonna regret it.
You're gonna regret it.
Now for a sad one. Vlad Kormanov fell from space after the Soviet Union,
Fell from space?
literally fell from space after the Soviet Union launched his space capsule prematurely.
Quite literally a
I think
star
I know
boy.
this one.
Yeah. So they,
So sorry.
So when the Soviet Union was getting to space, they were so eager to do it first that they were launched him without the machine being properly ready, and he knew it was a suicide mission. So his last few weeks living up to being launched into space and being in space, he knew he was gonna die.
Tell
But
my
he-
wife I love her
No.
very much.
No. But he took the mission anyway, because if he had backed out, his best friend Yuri Yagrin would have had to take his place. So
Aw.
I'm pretty sure he was gay.
Oh!
And you can find his last moments recorded if you Google for it.
Wow.
Didn't he spend his last few moments cursing the Soviet
Yeah,
Union?
he was like, "Fuck the Soviet Union."
That's how I want to go out.
right, cursing, screaming. Fuck you.
Basically how I came into this world.
Just fuck you all.
In 2012, a zookeeper giving an elephant an enema.
Which is a
For those of you who don't know, it's when you shoot warm water up someone's butt to get a blockage out.
We know what an enema is.
some people might not know.
He was knocked over by a really big piece of poop that came out, and then he hit his head on a rock and passed out and was suffocated by the shits of the elephant.
What a bad way to go.
He was buried alive in elephant poop, and I just spat. And now we're gonna end on something real metal. This isn't something that actually happened. It did actually happen, but this is a descriptor of a thing that the Vikings used to do to people they didn't like, and it was called the Blood Eagle.
Vikings.
Oh god, I know about this.
Oh.
Oh.
So you cut the ribs alongside the spine, open them with a hatchet, reach inside and pull out the victim's lungs, and lay them on their shoulders as they're still alive so they can see their own lungs. It's supposed to look like wings, and then they die. Because
I think
you
I
just
remember
rip
that from
their
1,000 Ways to Die.
They just
Oh,
ripped
God.
your lungs out from behind.
Huh, Vikings, man.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Good stuff.
Oh my god, so let me just... Closing up the giant book of bullshit.
Can you write that on your notebook? Giant book of bullshit.
I will.
Thank you. Alright.
So who wins?
Who wins?
I think the Void wins.
Wings.
I think the Void wings it. Fucking wing it.
Yeah.
And win it.
Yeah. Also, I feel like she should just win by default because she's been ready for 3 weeks and we have been
Yeah,
ready for all of
fucking-
5 minutes.
Yeah. Thanks,
So-
guys.
So this has been another wacky episode of Flesh Lemon. We would like to thank you guys for listening.
All three of you.
All three of you that are related to me.
No, it's just one person who has 3 heads.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a lot of headphones to wear.
It's Boone.
It's Boone! Boone!
Boone, my BB.
My baby boy!
Can we summon a demon to be like, put this on the internet for us and make people listen to it?
Oh my god,
There's a demon for that.
You can find me on most social medias at Wimp, WHHHIMP. It's mostly selfies, but I'm adorable, so fucking enjoy it.
It's true. She's very cute.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
And once every day I post a video of me eating something.
it's hilarious.
It's true. You do.
Yeah, you do. It's weird.
I like
Keep
it.
doing it, please. Yeah, I'm not giving you my Instagram. It's on private anyway, and I have only 32. No, wait, I think I have 37 now. Because,
You have more followers than I do.
yeah.
If you find me on social media, congrats to you, because I'm invisible.
Yeah, you are.
It's true. The Void does not. You'll be like, is that her? And she'll be like, ghost account.
Ghost account activated. Yeah.
Anyway, good night. Farewell.
Good night.
Avidas and goodbye.
Goodbye, moon.
Date a demon that treats you well.
Yeah.
Date a demon that treats you well.
Find a demon that will fuck shit up for you.
Yeah.
Who maybe rides a camel.
And will still make you
Or an
hot chocolate
alligator.
at the end of
Or
the
an
day.
alligator.
Crocodile.
Crocodile, sorry.
Date a demon who
I
rides a
kind of like
crocodile.
alligators better than crocodiles.
I think they're the same thing.
They're not.
I know! Triggered!
Dare you!